And now this next fella I interviewed, he's a fun guy. Actually, he's an engineer. Actually studied computer science or something like that. Went to work for Google, and he said he was working on important stuff, like the GPS tracking, really. But he got bored as heck. Working in big companies. If you work for a big company, you know how you work on some little microcosm of the puzzle, and you have no idea. And he wanted something that was his he could work on, And he has a designer friend or whatever, and they had this idea. See, they're both bicyclists and actually skateboarders and things like that. That there's no blinkers for people on bicycles, so he invented this thing. It's a glove, a bicycle glove with blinkers on the back. You just go click, click, and you put your hand up, click, 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 and it flashes blinking with an arrow. You're turning right. Because bicycles are becoming very popular in big cities, but they're dangerous because people don't know what you're doing. So, sticking a hand out and stuff like that, who knows what you're doing. But here is a blinker on your hand. It's a glove. It's a great idea. And he's raising like $35,000, on a crowdfunding site to do this, and it's wonderful. So watch what he did. Well, Zach Voorhees, man, you're going to save the bicycle community all over the world, aren't you?
That's right, we are. With our turn signal gloves on their hands.
Yeah, the turn signals on your hands, and you just click these things, and you put them up, and it's just like having a turn signal. And man, I got to get two for both my sons. They're on the bikes every day. I gotta save their ass. And it looks like an incredible safety device. Why'd you do this? Do you have a fall, or you have a friend that fell, or something like that, or what happened?
I have a story of tragedy. When I was 12 years old, my neighbor got hit by a car. Ooh. And he woke up in the hospital, and he had his arm amputated. And signaling and being seen is very important to me. And when I had these gloves in my hands, I knew right away that this was going to be something that you needed, your friends needed, and your friends' friends needed. Right. So here I am trying to put gloves and turn signals on your hands so that you can be first-class citizens of the road.
Wow. It's not, but it's safety and actually very practical. It's nice to have a glove that really does something, instead of just having a glove. But it looks like it's good when you have that on the handlebars for people in front of you to see what you're doing, people behind you to see what you're doing. And gosh, every mom has to give one to their kid, every friend has to give one to their good friends so they don't, they drive around safely. And it's booming. The bicyclists in this country, well, San Francisco, is a hotbed. But Washington,
San Francisco, New York, Portland, Seattle, Los Angeles. It's a new revolution. People are getting on the bikes and going to work and commuting. And
actually, I just did another video showing that bicycle bike share programs, and that cities are investing in bicycles too, where you get free bicycles even for loaning for 2 months and things like this, because we got to get rid of these cars, right? If we're going to have cities that are livable.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like cars are not environmentally safe. Every time you do it, you're adding to global warming. And a bike is, 5 pounds if you get it light. And you can go, a lot of the places that cars, but you don't have to find parking. You can just take your bike inside and carry it with you, especially if you're doing commuter, taking a train and skipping all that traffic. You're going to need to have a bike to get from your house to that train station.
Absolutely.
And so
that last mile, as they say, from the metro to your house or whatever, we don't have a way to solve that problem except by bicycles.
Yes, and you know what? I'm so excited about the future, because it's not just bicycles that are leading the alternative vehicle revolution. We have electric skateboards that are coming out. We've got electric scooters. Right. And I ride electric skateboard myself, and I am so happy that I have one. I got one that was
electric skateboard?
Yes, from the Z-Board guys.
Really? Electric
made
skateboard?
right here in California.
Really?
They gave me a skateboard for half off for me to try and promote their stuff. Let me tell you, that thing has changed my life. Really? I get around San Francisco so quickly now. It's actually cheaper for me to use my electric skateboard than it is for me to use the public trains.
Wow. Wow, and you use the gloves on the skateboard, I guess, right? Because you get
absolutely.
Yeah. Right, so anyway, like that. Actually, I interviewed a guy who has something on Kickstarter too. A foldable scooter. You could stand on it like a Segway, or sit on it, like an old fart scooter. But it folds up, so it's very compact, and it'd be great to have hand signals. You need those hand signals. All these individual. It's like he calls it wearable transportation.
Yeah.
Now you have a wearable hand signals.
It's like, welcome to the future. Here's your foldable scooter and your turn signal gloves.
But you have it, and they're so reasonable price. And I was thinking about, well, now, I mean, you're in Kickstarter raising money. You need about 30 grand, but you're there already. And you're what, halfway there? When did you start the project? Like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we started it 1 week ago. We've got 3 weeks to go. We've almost hit our funding goal. Wow. I mean, this is incredible.
In 1 week, you got 25 grand already. You only need 30, so you're way above success rate already doing this thing. But it's so reasonable. I mean, when you think of all the technology that's in their thing, you have the batteries that long last, the bright lights, the contacts point, and it looks sort of like a weightlifter's glove or something like that. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely got that fingerless feel of a weightlifter glove, And the great news is that, when people order our gloves, it's crowdfunding, so there's a little bit of time before we send them out. But we're going to ship them out in April or May. That gives users plenty of time to enjoy them for late spring, summer, and fall.
Well, especially now, man, it's freezing here in Washington, D.C. I don't want to be riding my bicycle now, so but I could get on Kickstarter if I purchase this. And the neat thing about buying them now and waiting for April is that it's a hell of a bargain price now, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got people that are interested in distributing our gloves sometime in the summer. Let me tell you, our standard glove is $69. That same glove, when that retail upsell happens, that's going to be a $99 glove. So This is a chance. This is a chance for users to come in, get an amazing glove, be the first one on their block to have it, and get it for cheaper. I mean, their friends are going to look at that and they're going to be, what a deal.
Off. I mean, that's better than Costco.
Yeah.
It is. That's what I think so great about, shopping online. You're getting a bargain. You're getting a product nobody else has, a cool thing. And yours is probably the safety and all that. But, man, at a discount that you won't be able to see again, ever. You're probably not going to ever see that price ever. And it really, Kickstarter, these crowdfunding, how did you start doing that, or why? Why did you think this was a good way to get money to get your business going?
There's been a lot of money that's been made on crowdfunding. Let me tell you a little story. The pioneer in all of this wearable technology has been called the Pebble Watch.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
They've made $10 million on crowdfunding.
$10 million?
Yes. Their campaign concluded in the summer of 2012, and they made a whopping $10 million.
That's for a watch?
For a watch, for a smartwatch.
That's not going to save my life like your gloves.
It won't. That's why I'm doing the gloves.
So how long did it take, to develop the site or whatever? I mean, not develop the gloves, but I mean just the mechanics of getting it on there. Was it difficult? Or?
The hardest part was getting a video, but luckily I've got some friends that are in the video business, so.
I see. So it's just a matter of video, and the rest are words that you already know because you've been living this product for how long, right?
Yeah, we got the Kickstarter banged down in about 3 days, and then so it was the video most of the work, and then we just took the pictures of the video off and put them into within our text. Yeah. And so and then we just let it roll.
But getting 25 grand in 1 week, man, that's easier than working at Google, isn't it?
I definitely have, per hour, I'm definitely making a lot more, and that's really satisfying. And the best thing is that I'm working for myself. I don't have to work for anybody else.
Yeah. Or you didn't have to go beg for money somewhere either, did you?
No waking up early in the morning going, I've got to go do the commute and get my coffee and be at work by the certain time and put on a smile for my boss. Right. I'm sitting here. I've got a suit on the top and I've got pajamas on the bottom.
Well, you're like me. I have my running pants on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is. What do your parents think about it? I mean, do they understand, crowdfunding and all that kind of stuff, or not?
They did not understand crowdfunding, but let me assure you, they do understand crowdfunding now.
$25,000 speaks well.
They are just constantly on my website, looking at all the numbers and following everything that happens, and they are so excited. They love it. And the thing is that they not only love my project, but they also see all the other amazing, innovative products that are out there, and they're like a kid in a candy shop.
You got them hooked like home shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful, Zach. And so to get this now, for Christmas and everything, or any time in your life, you go to zackees.com, ZACKEES, right?
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, wonderful. Well, I'm glad we have smart young people like you showing us the way, Zach. That's what we need. Us old farts don't know what the hell's going on. So,
well, thank you for having me on, Professor. I enjoyed my time talking with you.
My pleasure. Take care, Zach.
Okay, thank you.
See? Don't you have a good idea, something like that? Maybe for kids in what do you call those things that they pull along? Little kids to have a blinker and turning, or whatever it is. See, who knows what crazy ideas really work? You don't know until you try. You ask enough people, they'll say you're crazy, but there's a market for everything. All you need is a couple hundred people, and you can find a couple hundred people on the internet who like almost anything. That's what's so neat about the internet. That's what I mean. The crowd is huge. You just have to go out and ask them about it. If your friends and family don't think it's sell, who cares? There's other people out there who really want that. And that's why you have a burning desire, to provide this world with something. Well, that's it. Like Zach did. You just make a model of it, one item. That's all you have to do, and then put it on the internet and see if you could raise that money where you need $5 grand, $10 grand, $20 grand, $100,000. People got $1 million doing that. So that's what it's all about. Trying. And now you have a great cheap place to try.